Howdy y'all, welcome to another episode of Jedi TV. I'm your host, Jedi Knight. Before we get to today's cowboy action shooting stages, I want to show you around the new studio. I moved a lot of stuff around to create this backdrop for the show. The set is now filled with some of my cowboy action shooting guns, of course. Plus some fun collectibles from the Western genre. Knickknacks from different matches I've attended. Some toy blasters. And of course, some Star Wars collectibles from several different eras. The Johnny West action figures you might remember from our tour of the Autry Museum. Now, as most regular viewers know, I use a lot of cameras while filming cowboy action shooting matches. We have lots of options to choose from iPhones, both tripod mounted and attached to gimbals, to GoPros, and even our new Spark drone. Oh yeah, I haven't told y'all about that one, have I? Well, we can talk about our new drone on a future episode. For this show, I want to focus on a couple of funny things that happened while filming a couple of stages a while back. And I hope you'll indulge me sharing these stages where having all these cameras created a bit of a distraction for the shooter. Don't get me wrong, it isn't a negative distraction. And I would never want to put another shooter in a situation where they were distracted by the camera and thrown off from their game. For me, it's part of what I do to get a good shot for the show, and in some cases, to get a good story for the show. Having said all of that, I will add that in these examples I'm about to share with you, I don't think the situations particularly changed my stage time by more than maybe a second. So it really didn't interfere with me playing the game. Now, on the first stage, and this is from Kook's annual match earlier this year, Jedi TV didn't take a whole lot of our gear to the match because Lance from Longshot Imagery was there to film the event. Now, as you all might have noticed, I'm okay with all of these cameras around me or mounted on me while I'm shooting. And I made it clear to Lance that I welcome the videographer to come into my space and get the shot that they need so we have some great footage for the show. Well, this is kind of funny because on this particular stage, Lance, the cameraman, wasn't aware of the direction I was going. He thought I was going to move across the stage and take a sharp left turn up into the wagon. But I wasn't. That was on the other stage. We just kept moving straight across the bay. So Lance sort of paused where he thought he could get a good shot of me going up into the wagon. When he finally noticed I was coming straight on through, he got his bearings, maintained the camera direction like a pro, and took off at a high rate of speed to get out of my way. And again, to his professional credit, he did not lose the shot. He kept the camera where it needed to be, on the shooter. And I, having broke my stride just enough not to knock him down, finished the stage. Let's take a look and see how it all came together.
Kook! Perg! It's a trap! Shooter, stand by!
Camera left
Now, the other situation I have for you is with a camera mounted downrange. I often put a camera in a spot close to a target, downrange, and pointed back at the shooter. Typically, I do this when I am shooting so that I'm responsible for the gear if it should get damaged. See, I personally love this perspective, and I've been using it for quite some time, even before JED iTV came to be. It shows the movement of the shooter really well, and for me, amps up the drama of cowboy action shooting. It's like the viewer is there in the midst of the firefight. But sometimes the camera will get hit by a ricochet, or in this case, I think another target or target stand bumped the camera as I was shooting. What I found particularly funny is that I noticed the camera moved and even acknowledged it as I was moving across the stage and shooting. Take a look at this stage from the Table Rock Rangers monthly cowboy action shooting match.
Cookie,
Yes.
let's do this.
All right.
Stand by. Stop and hit the camera. Yeah. Good. Woohoo! How'd that look?
And that's all I have for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I sure do hope that you like me sharing some of these behind the scenes short stories with you. If you do, well, let me know by hitting that like button on YouTube. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to consider subscribing. We've got some great stuff coming up on JED iTV. For one thing, I sent in my application for the Single Action Shooting Society's Northwest Regional Championship match coming up at the end of September, first part of October. And I'm taking all of you with me. Also, I've been working on a new series to recycle some classic cowboy action footage. You see, before there was JED iTV, I made a couple of other less successful attempts at bringing cowboy action shooting to YouTube. And on these other channels, I had posted footage from lots of great classic cowboy action shooting matches and featured a lot of great shooters, some of which are still in the game and on this show. And it's interesting to see their progress as shooters, plus the different style of stages from those old matches. Also, you get to see some folks who have never been on JED iTV before. So, even though these channels have gone defunct, the footage is still quite good. So I'm going to be bringing you sort of a throwback Thursdays on JED iTV. I encourage your comments on this idea, as well as the content from this episode, so please leave me a comment in the section below this video. And if you have any questions on this new set or a particular piece you'd like a close-up on, then please let me know again down in the comment section. I'd be glad to share the information with you. Until next time, I'm Jedi Knight, and I'll see you on the range.